Well, good morning and welcome to the vlog. So it's currently Saturday morning, 5 a.m. and this is kind of a time where the drunk people are all stumbling home from the clubs and the photographers are all getting up to go chase the sunrise. So given me slurring my words, I'm actually not part of a drunk crew. I'm just part of a tired crew. So just got up and meeting Seb over at the London Eye where we're going to catch the sunrise from. So I actually vowed to myself I'm not going to be shooting sunrises for a while. Reason being, it was kind of taking a negative toll on my health because I work a pretty hard job during the week, don't get a lot of sleep, and the very short nights on weekends on top of that to chase sunrises just left me never sleeping, and I don't think that's good for your long-term health. But today we're making an exception. Kind of just makes sense to go for it anyway, and I'll tell you why in a second. So why am I then breaking that promise and going to shoot the sunrise anyway today? So today's a little bit different because Seb was out shooting on some photography challenge overnight, and he said he's still around town, he's going to be shooting sunrise, so that's additional motivation to get up. And the other reason is I needed to wake up kind of early anyway because the plan is, in a separate video by the way, so stay tuned to this channel, hit that subscribe button below and you won't be missing that second video. I'm going to be reviewing this camera bag I'm wearing right now, which the company Thule sponsored. So they sent me this camera bag. It's the brand new top of the range one, and I'm going to be shooting some photos of the product, of me wearing it, and talking a bit about the bag in the second video. But this video is focused on photography, so back to the topic of photography. So the water on the Thames is looking super still right now. Really calm, with a lot of reflections coming in off the buildings and off a lit up London Eye, leaving long streaks in the water. So love the mornings in London when the water's just that calm and you can get just those perfect reflections and just use that really calmness to your advantage by adjusting your camera accordingly to capture all that beauty, and you can walk away with some really stunning shots. So really excited already and can't wait to show all the results with you guys just as soon as I start taking them. Cool, so I managed to find Seb in the end, and the sunrise is currently in full effect. So we're on the north side of the river, shooting towards the London Eye, and got the camera set up on tripods behind us. So what do you think of the sunrise so far?
Yeah, it's looking alright. A bit bland with no clouds, but hopefully the clouds should be there.
Yeah, the summer ones can be a bit bland, I find. That like piss yellow, not everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah.
Piss
yellow.
That's something,
technical term.
Yeah. Great way to start the morning with that beautiful peace of mind. So shooting long exposures at the moment. And the reason I'm able to do that during the day is because using two filters at the moment. 6-stop filter, which is the perfect one to shoot some long exposures just around sunrise and sunset when it's not too bright yet. And then I got a medium graduated filter, which suits the landscape pretty well because looking at these buildings here, there's quite a defining edge between the sky and the foreground. So it's good to have not the soft filter, which I usually use for cityscapes, but the medium edge I think suits the straight line on the building right here just perfectly. And that obviously controls the brighter sky, brings these highlights down a bit, while allowing me to expose more evenly for the foreground of the buildings blended in. So being close to sunrise already, we're kind of looking at 50 seconds to 1 minute exposure, and yeah, on that note, should probably stop this one and see if we got a good shot. So when it comes to shooting long exposures at the London Eye, you got to be a bit mindful of the fact that the London Eye also turns. So if you come here during the day and shoot some long exposures, or in the early evening, you can get a spinning effect on the London Eye. And that's actually what I'm not after today. So it's currently just before 6 a.m. in the morning, and of course the London Eye is not operating yet because it's not open yet for visitors. So keeping the London Eye nice and still, but getting the added benefit of getting that water super smooth for the long exposure, and getting a lot of cloud movement on the up here as well, which is creating quite a dramatic effect as it's pulling through the London Eye. So very happy for the shots, and hope you like them too. So we've moved a little bit further along, not to photograph Big Ben over here, which is looking hideous in that scaffolding, but rather to photograph the London Eye again, which is back here. There it is, with these phone boxes as well in the foreground. And the moment we're waiting for is the sun to just start picking up over this building right there, which is going to be any second. And then we're going to change to a very tight aperture. I'm probably going to go for f16. And then if you get the sun just on the edge there, you can get a beautiful sunburst. So that's just an effect that the lens creates when you use a very thin pinhole, like a tight aperture. So f16 around is my preferred one. And when the light passes through that tiny hole, it just comes out the other side like a flare. So that's a good technique for capturing those kind of moments, and my preferred technique for shooting sunrises, because it really just emphasizes the sun and really just makes the sun look the way you see it in kids' drawings with the lines on each side. So I kind of like that. But the other thing to bear in mind when using a tight aperture is that you're going to have to be shooting a lot slower, because you're getting a lot less light into the lens, which means sunrise still being kind of low light, it definitely still helps to keep using your tripod, which I've got over here, because tighter aperture, less light, so you need a slower shutter speed. So just to get the perfect result and keep your images nice and sharp and crisp, a tripod's definitely my recommended method here as well. So after all that anticipation and all that hype, the sun's just disappeared behind this cloud, and the cloud's actually diffusing the light, making it really soft, and we're not getting that harsh light that we would have needed to get that perfect sunburst. So that's a bit of a shame, but I guess you win some and you lose some, and definitely worth having stuck around an extra few minutes just to see if it happens. So but just before that I actually managed to get a really good shot without any sunbursts and stuff, so I'll show you guys that instead. Here it is. And that's a wrap on this morning's shooting. So after shooting the London Eye, Seb and I headed over to Westminster Abbey, and he helped me with the bag shoot. So got a couple shots of me wearing the bag, as well as talking about the bag. So like I said, I'd make a separate YouTube video about the features of the bag, what it's all about, what I like about it, what I don't like about it. So that's a separate video and a separate topic. So stay tuned, and should be the video following this one. So yeah, that went really well, but now it's sun's firmly up in the sky and it's daytime, and I don't usually like shooting during the daytime. I'd like to keep all my shooting during sunrise and sunset, as well as the blue hour and the golden hour that's just around sunrise and sunset. So that being said, gonna check in with you guys later, because I have some more plans for later today that are photography related. Gonna see if we can go up St. Paul's Cathedral, but let's see how that goes. But for now, I'll check in with you guys a bit later. See you then. And welcome back to the second part of today's photography mission. So it's mid-afternoon now, and I'm on my way to St. Paul's Cathedral. So the weather's changed a lot, and it's a little bit cloudy and rainy at the moment, and in the middle of the day. So like I said earlier, it's not really the best time for shooting, and not really the best conditions to get those great photos. But the reason I'm going anyway to St. Paul's Cathedral is because I want to pick up an annual pass, and these are really great, by the way. A little tip for you guys. So St. Paul's Cathedral actually has a special deal where you can buy one admission ticket, and you just say you're donating it to the charity or something like that, and then they give you an annual pass for the same price, which is, that's an amazing deal. So instead of £18 for one entry, I can pay £18 and go all year long. So that's the reason I'm heading there right now. It's a bit more of a scouting mission more than anything else, because I'm gonna try and pick up that pass, because later on in this week, come Thursday, they do late night sessions where the cathedral actually stays open later than 4 p.m, i.e. in line of sunset, when the perfect time is to take those photographs. So I thought, go there now, pick up the pass along, and then come Thursday, I'll be well on my way to get the perfect photos in the perfect lighting conditions, sunset, blue hour. It's gonna be spectacular. That's if the weather holds up on that day, but I don't know that now. Just taking a bit. So while I'm there anyway, I thought I'd head up to the top of the cathedral, take a little look around and do some scouting, maybe do some test shots and just enjoy the view. So can't wait to share that view with you as well, right here in this video. managed to get the annual pass in the end, just before closing time, because the queue outside is pretty ridiculous. So happy about that. And right now we're actually on the top gallery, and the view is stunning. Let me show you guys this view, it's amazing. Come check this out. Not even all the way at the top yet, so this is just an intermediate deck, but this is much better for photography because the path is much wider and there's less security forcing you along, and it's not like one person by one person inching along a tiny little balcony. So still going to head to the top afterwards, but I'm just going to take some time down here and compose my shots properly and think about my shots properly, and yeah, the view is amazing from the mid-level as well. Also slightly different compositions to the top, so definitely worth doing a pit stop on the halfway level and grabbing some shots along the way, and then for the grand finale we'll head to the top. So I've strapped in my camera and put on my wide angle lens, my 18mm wide angle lens by Prime, and that's the perfect lens for the top because once I'm at the top there, I won't be able to change the lenses, it's going to be very cramped. Definitely won't be able to take the bag off and start fiddling with that, so got to be prepared, head up there and then just get shooting right away before security moves you along. So how do I know that? Been here before 2 years ago, and I guess just trying to leverage off those experiences and try to get better photos this time around. Last time it was raining and I got a few black and white shots, but nothing really that I ended up putting on Instagram and nothing that I was really happy with. And today I don't think I'd be happy either because it's very washed out and direct harsh light during the day doesn't really make the best conditions for good photos. But yeah, this is just a scouting mission anyway, just to have some fun on the weekend. So let's head to the top. Climbed down the cathedral and we're back on street level, actually just in the churchyard of St. Paul's Cathedral, also really beautiful by the way. And yeah, I had a really good visit here. The climb to the top was awesome. Definitely good to try out a new viewpoint and not do the same ones over and over in London, so definitely keeps that interesting, and I really can't wait to be back midweek when I can come late at night and they're not closing so early and we can get those beautiful sunset shots. Really excited for that because those compositions up there are pretty cool. Definitely some good ones to be had, and the right lighting, the right mood and the right tones could make for some really amazing photos. So that's something to look forward to. In the meantime, I think we've reached the end of this video and it's time to call it a day. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, hope you enjoyed this little tour of London Eye and St. Paul's Cathedral, and I hope to catch you in the next episode. Also, I'd really appreciate it if you could give me a like and a comment because it really makes a difference and helps this channel grow. And if you really like this channel and you'd be interested in seeing more content like this, do hit that subscribe button below, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now. So busy shooting, probably shouldn't shake the camera when I'm doing long exposures.
Amateur.